turn things over to Amit since we teased that little demo there, and really excited to see what they've been working on recently. Over to you, Amit.
Thank you, Louisa. Okay, I will share my screen and then I will start it. So just give me 1 second, share sound. Am I allowed to like share my full screen? Because I see, yeah, only the Chrome extensions actually.
Yeah, you should have access to full screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, looks great.
Just checking out like if both screens are visible. Now I'm sharing my other screen. Is it visible? IELTS 9.
I only see IELTS 9 right now.
IELTS9.com, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, then perfect. Okay, so I will start. So a little bit about me, I will just start. You already know I joined EP program over a month. I prepared a hub and then I jumped onto another project which I really wanted to work on. So a little bit about it. As you might know, IELTS is an like international English language test. Okay, it's been like taken care by like 3 million candidates every year, and it's been accepted like over 140 countries. And many students give it for like their higher education or immigration purpose. And this has like 4 parts: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. First 3 parts has been already digitalized. You could say there is an online process already there. You can do reading, writing, but in speaking, you need to go in person. That means someone would be there as an examiner taking your exam. So what I faced it, because by myself, I have given this exam, then you need to practice a lot if you want to practice speaking. So you cannot just practice with by recording yourself or, over the in front of the mirror. They say you can do it, but then you need someone who can evaluate your skills. Like, okay, if you had some pronunciation issues or if you were following the format or not. So you need a partner for that. And to getting a real-time partner, that would be a teacher or someone like more professional, accessing their time. And then again, it costs because time is equals to the price. So that's kind of a problem many student faces. So I thought, why not nowadays, like AI has been everywhere, to develop something which could help such students to practice anytime, anywhere. And then I decided to develop this product. So I will just give a little bit of demo of it and then maybe dive into more like what technical specifications I'm working on and what's next in it. So I just named it IELTS 9 because 9 is like the highest band. So every student should target for that. So that's why I gave it like IELTS 9. And right now it's MVP, so not much on the UI UX side, just a very simple thing. So I'll just take a free test. So what I have done is like this test is like the video and all these things are generated with AI. I tried to generate these videos with like different tools, and some were good, some were bad, but in the end, I used one which was like at least okay, good to me. And then I had to use Adobe Premiere to work on the video. So I will even share later on like which tools I used. And here, before I'm gonna start the test, I have made it in a way like it will mimic exactly the environment which a student gonna get in the real time. So once I started, there will not be like start and stop. The whole test will go on, and we will just go through like 2 to 3 minutes of the test. I will give some answers, and you might be able to see how this screen gonna represent. There would be like start option, stop option, so student can practice how many seconds a student need to answer in first part, in second part, and that's been done here. A few instructions here. So I will just start the test. Yeah, first 4 seconds, nervous seconds for students.
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah. I am the examiner of your speaking test today. Before we start, here is some information about your speaking test. There are 3 parts in your speaking test. The first part is the introduction. You will be answering questions about different topics in your life. Part 2 is a long speech. You will have 1 minute to prepare about a given topic and 2 minutes to talk about it. The last part, Part 3, is the discussion where I will ask you more abstract questions related to the topic in Part 2. The test will last about 12 to 15 minutes. You will receive your video of the test, the transcript, and feedback right at the end of the test. What is your name, please?
My name is Amit.
Which town or city do you come from?
I come from New Delhi, which is capital of India, and currently I'm residing in Ottawa, which is again capital of Canada. So just to conclude here, like if I keep speaking, the teacher will not go on to next question. It will until then hold on, like even the message will mention like stop.
What's the best thing about living there?
So in between time when I'm giving answers, they are like getting recorded. The whole test will be recorded and it will be evaluated. So this process has been done so a student can, understand how it's like more real time they're going to give the test, and they will have specifically the teacher, it will be like this kind of, stern face. They keep it like you answer by yourself.
Let's talk about time management.
I will end this here because it will be like 10 to 12 minutes, and it's gonna have like part 1, part 2, part 3 with timers in part 2. So what's here is like it's literally mimicking the whole process of like 3 parts, and then the process is student practice. In the end, get a result, and the result will be having the transcript and the pronunciation issues. And I'm trying to work out more on the like AI model, like how I'm gonna give them like better result and things to prepare with, like how they can be better for the exam. So that's about it. And currently the interface has been like I wanted to try like Next.js. So the front end has been using Next.js and Tailwind CSS. And I'm using like GCP for the hosting purpose, Firebase for storing, and Cloud Functions for these connections. And in the next phase, I'm supposed to do like more microservice oriented, because what I'm recording is the transcript and all these things. So there is Whisper AI, that's again from OpenAI Playground. It is available there, which accepts like different slangs, languages and tones, and give a better transcript. So in the next stage, I would be implementing that and the evaluation process. So this is the thing, like little MVP, which I have developed. And now I will come back, and maybe anyone have any questions, they can ask the questions.
So cool, man. That's like the first. I wanted to stop talking to her as soon as she asked me about my time management too, because like I was just like, no, you're gonna judge me too much.
I mean, it's not a question, but for me, like I took the exam, the IELTS exam in 2005, and back then, like there's no tool to help, like, and even there's not even video, right? It's all just audio based, and then whether speaking or listening, it's super nervous, not much practice. And I was still amazed. I was like could pass that exam to get my PR. So yeah, wish I had this a tool like this.
Out of interest, has anybody else other than Bear and Amit taken the exam? Like show of hands? Okay, a couple more. Yeah, interesting.
And from just give you a little background on my experience in education, we've worked in 100 different countries hiring English speaking teachers for both ESL schools and international schools globally. So all of the clients that we've had, a lot of them are ESL schools who are preparing their students specifically for the IELTS exam. And I think we're on the other side of it, where we're actually either physically moving a teacher from Canada or the US or the UK to Korea, Japan, Dubai, you name it, wherever those teachers are traveling to, or we're doing online in-person tutoring, which again comes at about, we pay our tutors probably $25 an hour. So the idea, like you said at the beginning, I think in terms of solving a real business need, finding somewhere to practice and actually work with someone, I think that's huge, because the market, the ESL market alone, I was just doing a presentation at our organization. I forget how many, there was definitely 9 zeros on the end of it, just on the international ESL market of what people are willing to pay, and internationally as well. So there's, I think, definitely a business need, and we evaluate a lot of different products, but that looked very cool.
And right now, I don't think like there is any single video-based like practice system, because I literally searched through it, and I have recently gone through IELTS. I didn't found any. And then I think like this is the thing you need, because even in person, the students kind of be nervous with the teacher. they still hesitate and they try to, either just give fake answer or this way. But if they have some kind of AI, everyone knows it's an AI, it will not judge you. So they kind of be free, like, okay, maybe next time I will be better, and I will just check my transcript, like how it go, or let's say how it gives me the result. So that's the main point here, to make students more comfortable and practice more with it.
Except Greg, he was worried about getting judged on his time management, but I think you're right.
Says more about my time management skills than my comfort with the English language skills.
But I think that is neat, because that practice time is the hardest thing to get, and it's a kind of a limited resource, right? Like you need somebody else who is skilled in IELTS, who can both, who's a first language English potentially, or who has gone through the English teaching aspect of it, maybe holds their TEFL certificate and so on. So that is like it's hard to get that resource. And when you do, you're probably nervous. So I would agree with you on that, validate that thought process for sure.
And have you investigated how you're going to do any of the scoring and stuff like that? I saw that you had a results tab on there. Have you dug into that much yet?
Yeah, actually, first phase was to make this interface and collect some data from students. So I have some students in Vietnam. Teacher is there, IELTS teacher, who is a friend of me, who has done for IELTS from Cambridge, and she has been an examiner for quite long. So I gave it her to test, and students gave it, and I got a good feedback. They were a little bit of bad too, there were some issues which I resolved. But the evaluation part right now, I'm focusing more manually. I gave her the whole transcript, which I was able to, and the audios, and now the next phase is to go over a data model where I can train it. These are the real results which I have, and then train okay, this data you need to work on. So that's my literally next phase I will be working on.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great pattern in general. Start with the high touch and then move to low touch once you understand it more.
Right.
Yeah, that looks great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Great. Does anyone have any final questions for Amit today?
Maybe you answered it, but even if you find the perfect company to join, this is something that you're hoping to keep going on the side?
Yeah, I think it's just to help the students. So it's my quite focus and interest. So yeah, I will keep working on it, because which I have been in Asia, there has been many students who cannot pay that much to the teachers online, or they do not have access to them. So I thought, yeah, at the start, I will be making it available to them. At least they could practice, and I will be gathering the data in the meantime to work much more on the model, because the evaluation model, if I can work on that, then yeah, that's the thing. So even after working that, I will be giving it time.
Cool. Dave, have you seen it up there that you're willing to donate 30 minutes of mentoring at some point in the future on this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because we have access to a lot of different schools and international groups and so on. I mean, even now with COVID and borders being shut, they weren't able to fly teachers in, right? So that they're all looking for different solutions and ways to provide better access. And for me, the logical next step has always been kind of AI teachers, and just it's cool to see that you're thinking about it in that sense, because I think that's the logical next step to be able to do. So yeah, it'd be great to exchange details, and feel free to kind of hit me up with any questions at any time. And if there are ways that we can help getting it in front of students, we typically work through the schools or the teachers. But if there's we can always talk to our marketing folks and see if there's a way to do that too. So yeah, happy to help in any way we can.
Thank you. That will be awesome.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
thanks
that was
Amit
cool.
for a fantastic demo. Yeah,
Cool.
very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and I love that you were able to create something that doesn't exist, right? You can even see in the chat that this is a very much needed tool, and really glad that we were able to kind of give you the time and the space for something like this. And again, really hope that you keep going with it. And thanks so much for demoing today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity.